Alrighty, well, we've picked up the trailer in the S4. This ought to be fun. So we're on the way to Detroit with a trailer from U-Haul attached for now. Hopefully for the next 11 to 12 hours. It's a 5-hour drive each way. I am going to be driving slow since I'm with a trailer. First impressions from having the trailer on, very noticeable right off the bat. I mean, this car is relatively light compared to vehicles that normally tow trailers. So every little bump when the trailer jumps up, I really feel it. I mean, the car does get tossed around a decent amount. And it's very noisy too. I mean, I put like a little fabric around the receiver on the inside so that it doesn't rattle as much with a hitch, but still relatively noisy. The suspension is definitely taking the biggest beating. However, the engine and trans seem to be holding up fine. I haven't noticed it hesitating too much. It's mostly just the suspension I'm going to be worried about. But we'll be driving slow. No 80 mile per hour. Left lane cruises for me today. Oh well, that's fine. I can live with that. Okay, so around 5 to 10 minutes in, the car thinks that there's a flat tire, which is possible. I don't think so, but it's most likely just from the extra weight on the back wheels, making them, you know, compress a little more and change the circumference, because that's how this car measures it, with using the ABS system and tracking the revolutions of each wheel compared to the other one. So nothing to be too worried about, I don't think. But I might want to pull over and check at a gas station just to make sure. So with a higher mode, it would make sense to check if the lights work. Are good. Alright, that seems to be at 47. So that should help us deal with because it does make sense. I just don't want to blow my diff by having the rear tires be lower circumference than the front, and that could be a problem. Differentials don't like that, and that's just electro life. Oh man, it's so cold out. About this is odd. I don't think that rear tires are at 47. I wouldn't have done that. Let's have you try and check again. Might be hugely inaccurate, but it is what it is. The tire doesn't look too bad, so we're just gonna leave it at that. About an hour ago, I left the U-Haul location in near my home, and we've been driving for a while. I would say about, I don't know, 50 miles so far. Google Maps says that I'll be there at Copart around 2:30. We will see if that can actually happen, since I'm driving slower than usual, and you know, I'll need a stop for gas and bathroom break and whatnot. so far we're good. I mean, I am just really paranoid because I've never done this before, but theoretically, everything here should work out. The S4 towing capacity is 4,000, I think like 4,100, something like that, just a little over 4,000 pounds. The motorcycle Daytona, it's one of the lighter bikes as it is, and not like motorcycles are heavy in general, except for hogs, but who cares about those? Just kidding. I'm sure I'll have to get myself a cruiser sooner or later when my back starts getting out of hand. It's not great as it is, and I'm only 25, so I'm sure when I'm 40, there's going to be some issues. But yeah, the Daytona weighs 400 pounds. Trailer, I checked and I already forgot. I want to say it was a little over 1,000 pounds or something like that, if that. So we're not even at half of the towing capacity of the car. The capacity of the tow hitch is 2,000 pounds, so also not exceeding that. However, I am the one who installed the tow hitch, and as anyone who works in cars, we don't have a whole lot of confidence in what we do, at least as garage mechanics. Because we've all things up significantly and have put ourselves in not so pleasant situations. But it should be okay. I torqued everything down to torque specs properly, except for the hitch ball, except for the ball, whatever it's called. I did obviously bolt it to the receiver, and I think I did pretty good, but the size of the nut is for the tow hitch is for the ball is too big for any of my sockets. I don't have anything of that size. I think it's like between I can't remember, probably like 28, maybe 30, if not more millimeters. And I don't have a socket that big, so I couldn't use my torque wrench for that and get it to spec, but I just used one of those adjustable big wrenches, and I torqued it down with that pretty hard, as much as I could anyway, so that should do it. So theoretically we should be fine, but it doesn't help by worrying, because I am scared. I don't know. It would just really suck if something happened to the car or the trailer or the hitch when I'm 4 hours away from home, 300 miles. It would be rough. It would get really expensive really fast, not counting the fact that I'm spending $1,000 on a motorcycle. By the way, yes, the Daytona, I'm going to Detroit to pick up a crashed Daytona 675 because it looks like, based on pictures, it looks like it has a decent motor, and my engine in my Daytona is blown, so I will be swapping that in and burning out the rest. Some Michigan snow for you all. It's definitely snowed out here a little more than in Illinois, Chicago area. So I was supposed to do this drive with a trailer to Detroit on Friday of this week. Today's Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday we're supposed to be getting a lot of snow, and it'll be the first like significant snowfall of this year, or of this season. It was going to be, I think, projected 8 to 12 inches. So it would be really rough to make this drive in those conditions. Not that I'm concerned about my car not making it, but first, I mean, I'd rather not have to pull the trailer in those conditions. conditions and also just other people driving, and there would be guaranteed a ton of traffic, and this drive would probably turn into 7 hours each way instead of 4. So I moved some stuff around, and I'm doing this drive a couple days early. But I also hadn't really checked the weather along the way too much. I checked Detroit. It didn't seem like it was going to be any snow there, and no snow in my area during this time. But I don't know, it's possible that there is going to be some snowfalls along the way. Hopefully not, because that would make things a little complicated. I've gotten used to the trailer being bumpy. It doesn't bother me as much anymore. And maybe just the road being decent. This highway's in pretty good shape. It gets a little rough on bumpy portions of the road, but otherwise it's fine. Gas mileage isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I'll have to check what it actually is. I'm sure you can do it right now. Looks like I've been getting 19.6 miles per gallon over the last 100-something miles, which is pretty decent. I think my normal highway mileage is about 22. So I only lost a few miles to a gallon. Really not a big deal. Pretty happy with that, because I really thought it would be worse. Thing is that I had multiple options in terms of how to bring this bike home. Rent a Home Depot van or truck. I have to speed up here a little bit while I'm overtaking these trucks. Rent a Home Depot van or truck. That would have been a cheap option in comparison to U-Haul trucks, because U-Haul charges for mileage, Home Depot does not. But Home Depot charges about $130 per day to rent one of their trucks or vans, which isn't awful. U-Haul would have been significantly more expensive. Regardless, that was my initial plan, and then I realized that I could instead just rent a trailer that costs $25 for a whole day, assuming that I bring it back to the same spot. So I realized that would make a lot of sense instead, because then I would have better gas mileage, because those Home Depot trucks and vans are really not that good on gas. However, this car does take premium. Those guys don't, so maybe it would even itself out. Most likely it would have financially, but still, the price, $100 difference between renting a trailer or renting a van. Another big thing I like about this choice was that I'm in my own car. I'm comfortable. I love these seats with Alcantara. Huge fan of this car in general. Like, it's so comfortable, especially compared to anything domestic made. Not to mention those cabs and vans where I cannot recline the seat, and I just feel awful in those. And then I always end up forgetting my iPass. I would have probably forgotten a bunch of other stuff in my car that I need to bring with me on this trip. But here I know for sure I have everything I need. I have my air compressor, I have my spare, I have all my ratchets, straps. Basically everything is here. Everything I need is here, and I don't need to worry about forgetting stuff in that van or forgetting to bring it into the van. And also, loading the bike is going to be much easier on this trailer rather than those crappy tiny ramps into a van or truck. That would have been nearly impossible, and I would probably embarrass myself and drop the bike on multiple occasions as I was trying to load it. Here I think we'll be okay. Bro, that fender flare, come on. Of course it's Illinois plates. We are 20 minutes away from the Copart location. full disclosure, I've never gone to a Copart and picked something up from there before. I've had cars delivered from there a couple of times, but I never was the one to show up there and pick them up myself. So this is going to be a new experience. Hopefully I'll be able to record while I'm there. We'll see how that goes. Alright, let's see how this looks. I don't know where to go. Customer parking is to the left, so I guess I missed that turn. Let's do a little quick backup. My reverse system is freaking out because it's sensing the trailer behind there. Alright, this looks good enough. We're just gonna do a little parallel park job here. And we'll have to, this will have to do for now. It turns out that there's some kind of an appointment system to pick these things up, which I wasn't ready for, but that's okay. Turns out there was one spot left for 3 p.m. Right now it's 2:50, so I'm great on time. They're probably not gonna have the bike ready right away, but that's fine. And it says to proceed to the vehicle loadout area. No idea where it is, but we're about to find out. Let's go. How's it going, man? I made an appointment. I'm trying to pick up a bike. Where do I go with that?
Right over there in that the fenced off area where you see all the semis. That's
okay,
where you pick
sounds
up.
good. All right, sounds good. Do I just wait there for them to bring it out, or what?
You can go there and either wait for a loader to ask you what you're waiting for, or you can go park over there, then walk into the front door in the main office and tell them you're here for this and that. And
okay, I appreciate it. Sounds good. Thank you.
not a problem.
I guess we're gonna go back. Oh man, backing up with a trailer is just not something I'm made for. Okay. Ah, so bumpy. Well, that was helpful. Thanks to that guy. Alright, so I suppose we just park out here with all the semis. Alright, let's go over there to the end. This is awful. Look at that. I fit right in. Bunch of semis, ton of trailers, and here's me in a little Audi S4 with a U-Haul trailer on. Hell yeah. So okay, I guess we just sit here and wait. What's up? You gotta get out of the way? Back? Alright. I just had this truck driver tell me to go back. I don't know why, but I guess we're just gonna do that. Oh, makes sense because they load it from the side, not from the back. That makes sense. I'm an idiot. I hope they're not bringing the bike on a freaking forklift. That would kind of suck. Oh man, this road is so freaking bumpy. So that gentleman over there is the one who told me to back up. and I could tell he laughing at me. He was just like, back, and then smiling, and I'm like, okay, I get it, I'm an idiot, okay, but everyone has a first time at some point. Okay. I wonder if there's anybody who works here that is gonna just come up to me, or are they gonna bring out the bike, and I don't know how that works. I guess I'll just stand outside or something. So my best guess is that you make an appointment online, let them know that you're here, that's how they know, and then they get a notification, they bring the thing out here. So that's what we're up to right now. Sit here and wait until I see a forklift, hopefully not a forklift, moving a red bike. I just want my bike. How long am I have to sit here? I just drove for 5 hours. A little update. I realized that apparently you have to go to the office to get the title and keys, apparently. So I guess I'm gonna do that first, and then I'll have them explain to me what the procedure is. At first, I was at the office, and then I realized that there's the online appointment thing, and then I thought, okay, that's cool, that's all I need. I'll just make the appointment and then go to the loadout area. But now I am realizing that that's probably not the case. This looks like a good enough spot to park. Yep, we'll just leave it right here and be right back. Yep, how's it going? Sounds good.
Thank you, I'll be right back.
Sure. Okay, they had me sign the title, and they told me to go pick up the bike, and then I have to come back in to sign something. No idea what. I guess just the authorization of picking it up or something. And by now I would assume the bike is already in the offload or unload lot, so I shouldn't have to wait, I hope. But only one way to find out. And then one of the guys that was waiting with me in the room, apparently, in front of me, they told him that they're all out of appointments for the day. And man, thank God that wasn't me, because it really easily could have been. I have a suspicion that this is gonna take me quite a while, because the bike is still not here, and I have no idea when it will be. I guess I can go outside and chill. Alright, so that gentleman in the forklift over there had just asked me if I'm here for a bike, and I said yes, so he said he'll be back in just a minute. I'm gonna get my straps out and start loading her up. Okay, not us yet. See him, he's right there. Okay, I guess that could have been worse. So they just have some straps through the frame somewhere, and they're bringing that over. That bike almost died there. strapped down. Cool. Looks like we even have a little plate holder there or something. This bike has some cool aftermarket stuff. I don't even know what this is, but I like it. Looks like just a case cover. Anyway, nice little stabilizer over there. I'm gonna use that too, maybe on the line. Alrighty, let's get out there. The unfortunate turn of events is that they couldn't find the keys, and the keys are not in the bike. Maybe they stuck them under the back seat or something, but I doubt it. Let's see, do we see keys anywhere? Oh, come on. I was really hoping to have keys, because the ignition switch is relatively valuable. Come on, please have keys. Oh well, I guess this is just something I'll try and look for tomorrow once I'm home. But it doesn't look so good. All right, we got our paperwork, we got the bike on the trailer, we're good to go. I'm starving, so I'm gonna go eat. That's priority number one, and then we're heading home. Well, I'm 3.5 hours away from home. Feeling a little tired, but technically, mechanically, spiritually, we're all good. The car's driving good, behaving perfectly fine since the bike went on. It's actually been nicer to tow the trailer with the bike on it, which I'm pretty sure is normal. You know, once the trailer is loaded, there's a bit more tension on the hitch and the connection with the ball mount, and there's a lot less play going on, so it doesn't bang around as much, and it's pre-planted. And I actually like towing the trailer with the bike on it way more. It's been a lot less bumpy, it's been a lot more smooth and less noisy. So that's an improvement. And yeah, nothing really too eventful going on for the rest of this trip. So I guess I'll get back to you once I'm home. Unless, of course, something bad happens. To give you an idea about the gas mileage, so normally when I fill up, I see about 370 miles range from full tank. With a trailer on and no bike, I was getting, I think, 335. With a bike on, we were getting 315. Let's go. You can't see it because it's dark, but I promise it's still there. I just checked. Let's boy. It's really not that heavy. Super light. Ooh, oh. That's it. The adventure's done. Time to go home. It's so nice to not have to worry about the trailer being in the back and being able to drive this thing around normally. I missed it. It was only 8 hours, but it was 12 hours total is how long it took me overall. Oh baby, she's such a good girl, it's unbelievable. I love you so much. You've gone through so much for me, and it's just unbelievable. Taking it on a 7,000 mile road trip, taking it on a 5,000 mile road trip, taking it on a, what was it, 600 mile drive with a trailer on. This car is nothing but a champ. The goodest girl, not counting my significant other girl. Alright, with that, we're out.